let's have a conversation.
Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm sure I'll see you at one of these events again
all
soon.
time, we got Mark with the Mindful Reality podcast, who I've been a guest on, and it was a blast.
Thank you for having me, honestly, and I cannot wait to do it again. We're going to do this again in the future. I just know it. I just know it.
Good afternoon, depending on where you are. It's afternoon for me. It is 3:21 as of now, 3:21 p.m. When the feeds came back, I was watching a few things, but really I was just wanting to see what America was going to be doing and to see who she was going to be talking to today, because we already saw that Corey is campaigning a little bit. It's not really a heavy campaign. It's just saying I'm going to go after Matt and Jag, and I'll be a shield for y'all if I stay. But she hadn't really spoken to anybody as of yesterday. So let's see here. I got class at 4, so this better be quick. Hi, Charm Life. Hi, Ma. Hi, Jennifer. Charm Life is getting paid to watch Mark. Yeah, so what happened was I was watching the conversation that eventually took place between America and Blue. America and Blue sat down outside to have a talk. America was still very visibly upset about everything that's going on. She's still very upset. So when she sat down with Blue, Blue said, "Girl," she was like, "I love you on a personal level, on a very personal level. I hope that we're friends outside of this game. I hope that we go to New York. You know, when we go to New York, we go out to the bar together, yada, yada, get random drinks from strangers, and we'll have such a good time out of this house." But she said, on a game level, you have done me dirty. And America did not agree that she had done Blue dirty. I am at this point. I'm basically in the same position as all of y'all. I'm on a break. I'm on a quick break, and I'm just recapping because I know that from about 4 until maybe 6:30 or so, 7, I won't be able to see the feeds. And I'm sure that more is going to happen between that span of time. So that's why I wanted to just talk specifically only about this Blue conversation with America. So America feels that the reason that her and Corey ended up on the block together is due to her telling Blue that she was the target. And then Blue going back to Jag and Matt and telling them, Blue going back to Jag and Matt, and she told them what America said to her. And America thinks that that's the reason why she's on the block next to Corey. I think that's part of the reason, but they were thinking about this for a while. And everybody in there was involved in this decision, and everybody knew about it except them. So I know she's probably trying to think of where she went wrong because they were sitting so comfortably. But I think that blue was only one part of the equation. I really do. This is going to be a slow live. Depends on what you consider slow. There are only 5 people, so I highly doubt Mark himself will stay long. I would stay long, actually, if I had the time to, but I don't. Short lunch break. I'll end up staying late anyways. I've been catching up from some time off. I have a class break. It's usually between 3:15 and 3:45, but we got out at 3 today. I don't remember who started it, but they have been throwing each other under the bus from the beginning. They've had this weirdish type of relationship. The way that Blue described it was strange, but if you've been following from the beginning, it was strangely accurate because they have been connecting with each other from the beginning. And then when Corey and America got in their showmance and Blue and Jared got in their showmance, they had all these different conversations with each other about their showmances. They would talk to each other about their guys, and they would talk about things outside of the house. But game wise, they never have really worked together from day one. From day one to now, they have never been working together in this game. So it's not really surprising that Blue campaigned against America. But America feels surprised because I think her guard was down. So Blue was trying to tell her personally, I still like you, and I want to mend our personal relationship, whether you want to work together with me in the game or not. America said, I want to mend our personal relationship as well, but it's going to take me time to get over this because game and personal are intertwined for me right now. So I can't say that I'm just going to forgive you just like that and move past it just like that, but I want to. That's where they were at. So now where I'm getting to is my title where I said Jag and Matt have a math problem. So I was doing some thinking. I was listening to Blue and America have this conversation, and I was doing some thinking. And I said to myself, the mamas, Blue and Sari, would all probably put Jag and Matt on the block together if they won. The only woman that I'm not sure if she would put Jag and Matt on the block is Bowie, but I think that Bowie would be comfortable not winning anything else. And therefore, I said the arrogance of the men basically defaulted themselves into a 2-on-5 situation against the women. 2 men versus 5 women. So here's what that does. The only way that the men can guarantee themselves safety, the 2 of them each and every week from here on out, is to win HOH and POV every single week. Because if they don't win both, the women have control of the votes. So even if, let's say Matt wins next week and he's like, okay, I'm going to put up Sari and Felicia. I mean, he's not putting up Sari. I'm just putting 2 females. If he put up Sari and Felicia, he has 2 women up there on the block. If one of the women wins the power veto, they come off the block. And then even if he puts up, well, you know what? I guess that's a one scenario. Okay. If they win HOH all the way to the end, that's the way they can guarantee. But voting wise, the women are going to have control of the votes from here on out. Okay, let me get to these comments really quick. I look at Blue's info as the final nail. Yeah, probably. Do you think the females are still going to band together? Like I said, I don't think they like each other. This is the funny thing. Felicia and Sari have this love-hate relationship. Felicia and Sari and Blue don't like Bowie. Bowie does not really like any of the remaining women. The remaining women do not really like Bowie. America has this little beef with Blue now. America hates Bowie now. America is actually the closest with the mamas, I think, versus the other women that are there. But the numbers are the numbers, regardless. There's 5 of them, and there's Jag and Matt. So essentially, they should all temporarily put their swords down and say, let's dedicate the next couple of weeks to getting out Jag and Matt, and then the 5 of us can duke it out from there. It's the only thing that makes sense for them. And even though I don't think that they are on some woman power, the power of women working together type thing right now, it just makes the most mathematical sense. And if they don't do that, it's going to be really annoying to watch. Matt's been wanting Matt actually did. Jag was the one who I would say has been a little more on the arrogant side versus Matt. But yeah, I do remember Matt saying, oh, what if the ladies band together? Big time. And it's not just them. Basically almost all the men that have been on this season have felt like it's their ideal scenario to get out the other men and to duke it out with the ladies because they feel that they can beat them in any of the competitions. But if they lose one, they're going up. They put themselves in a win or go home position. Because like I said, I think that 4 out of the 5 ladies would put them up together. That's what I feel. They do underestimate the women in the house. There's a conspiracy theory going around that Corey voted for Jag. Yeah, I heard about that. Matt, Jag really think they're covered next week. They're not covered at all unless one of them wins. That's it. Bowie doesn't want that. Yeah, Bowie is probably going to throw it. I remember that conspiracy. Corey required speech therapy as a kid from what his brother said. Either way, the women can take this to the end if they put their differences aside. They need to. That makes the most mathematical sense. Blue was definitely annoying during the conversation. Blue was like, I want to see you win, girl. And I want to see Sari win. And I also want to see Bowie get the win. Even if you put me up. She said it like a few times. Even if you put me up, I still want to see you have that win and have your moment and this and that. I can see Bowie throwing as well. Yeah, so it was quite it was an interesting conversation. America is not happy at the end of the conversation. She said that they can't really mend the personal in 3 weeks, but she said game-wise, she's willing to work with Blue. And she said straight up, I'm going for Jag and Matt. Said Jag and Matt, and particularly Jag first, then Matt. She's very angry at Jag. She still has not. She said to Blue, she still hasn't gotten to a place of being willing or wanting to talk to them. So she has not talked to them since yesterday. How much did Blue bash America after this convo? Not at all, actually. I mean, unless there was something that I missed, they went into the kitchen and Bowie and Matt were like, what did she talk about with you? And she said, honestly, we didn't really talk too much game. She was like, me and America have things that we have to work out on a personal level, but she was not very angry. And she said that she was going to put up Matt and Jag if she were to win, but she kind of kept the game parts of it very minimal and just said that her and America have personal things to resolve. And then she said that America also wants to talk to Bowie. And that's the thing that America was saying too. She was like, she said, I recognize that I can't win this game alone. So she basically told Blue that by default, pretty much by default, I'm willing to work with you. Wow, I'm semi proud of her for that. She did to Matt. Is that what you're saying? She was trashing America to Matt after Bowie left? And if so, what did she say? That's why she needs to band with the other women, Kalia. She does. Even though they would likely take her out first. Yo, the longer this goes, people have been like, Mark, do you think that the mamas could sit in the final two chairs? And I'm like, the mamas can never make it to the final two chairs. But why couldn't they make it to the final two chairs? They're making it to the final 7. It's like, this is crazy. And then people are like, oh, we can get the mamas out later. And then what if one of them wins? One of the mental cops. That would be one of the most unlikely final 2 scenarios. If Sari and Felicia, the people that they kept saying we can get them out at any time, ended up somehow sitting in those final 2 chairs. The whole Gen Z would have to take the L for that. I mean, I know not all of them are Gen Z, but Matt, Jag, Corey, America, all Gen Z. And Ma. They're all annoying, if I'm being honest. It'll be interesting to see. I think that this house is one of the messier houses that I've ever seen. I think this house is one of the more personal houses that I've ever seen. So I'd be surprised if there's a lot of close personal relationships coming out. I mean, it's not for me to say, but people who are out of the house now are already beefing with each other. That would be such a fun final 2, though. Yes, it would. I'm not in this house, Mark, but you're in a house. I don't see a lot of them being friends after, to be honest. Me neither. Yeah, I got another 10 minutes that I'm going to be on here, and then I'm going to hop off and complete my work day. And I'll be back on later. No way Jag is in my generation. Let me see what time Big Brother is on tonight. I know it's the 75-minute episode. Big Brother. Tuesday, October 17th. So I guess Big Brother is on from 8 o'clock until 9:30. 8 to 9:30. So I guess I should be on here about 10 for my recap about 10 p.m. Who? Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Enjoy your day, Kalia. I'm not in the house. I'm in a teeny tiny dorm room. Bye, Kalia. See you later. Yeah, so it seemed like every man that was in, well, not every man, but most of the men that were in the house thought of their dream scenario of the people in the jury as one or two guys and, you know, multiple women. But it's like, even if you have the women there, you still have to make sure that you have relationships with them so that they can help you with the votes. And Jag and Matt have not really, Jag more so than Matt, but they're both kind of in the same boat just because Matt's threat level is high for cops. They have not really secured those alliances like that to where they can have the women assist them in taking out other women. So, like I said, I see them banding together by default, honestly. You two have a great afternoon or evening. And just reminding y'all, I'll hop on here about 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time after the veto episode. And I'll be on camera for that one. Appreciate that, Belle. Welcome to the channel. And for anyone who's new, please make sure to like, subscribe. Well, for everybody, but especially for those who are new, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I have been on live every single day of the Big Brother season so far. We are on day 77. There are 23 days left, and I intend to be on live every single day from here to the end. So make sure you're notified so that you don't miss when I jump on here. The math is mathin'. The math is math. You know, it was a miss for me to make this as my title and not play that clip once yet. That's what happens when I try to rush and do a live midday.
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
The math is not mathin'. For Jag and Matt, 5 versus 2 is not a good math equation for them, no matter how good they think they are. It could be a memory comp. It could be a puzzle comp. It could be the most random comp that throws them off. And they have to win all the comps. In giving it some thought, Matt and Jag are taking America's reaction hard. That arrogance is hurting them. The funny thing about it is, Blue told America that Bowie was celebrating. Blue was celebrating. Everybody was celebrating. There was not a soul in that house that was not actually happy about Corey getting blindsided. Every single person in there was happy about it. But they all have this power of deflection where they will try to make somebody else the focal point. And this is part of the reason why I feel like those friendships, it's going to be hard for those friendships to happen, because they're going to look at the feeds and hear and see all the stuff that was being said, and they're going to feel a way about it. If they feel a way about it now, they're going to feel more a way about it later. Almost at 1,000. I think I'm at 727. but it's a possibility to get there. There was one day I remember sitting around and I had 200 and 280 subscribers, and then one night randomly I got 100 and something subscribers in one live. I don't know, the algorithm just randomly sent me people that day. So this, I reached 700 I think last week sometime, and it's just been climbing slowly, but YouTube has random surges, so 1,000 is always possible before the end of the season. Everyone sees how they're acting, and Saria's taking notes for later. And the funny thing is, there was a point in time where America was the most anti-Sari person in this house. And Sari has finessed that relationship so well, to the point where America's mad at everybody in the house because they all knew and didn't tell her. But she seems to be the least mad at Sari and Felicia. And Sari was on her hit list before, so that social game. Matt and Jag are in trouble anyways. Agreed. Hey, everyone. Hey, Cass. There should be a class on studying YouTube algorithms. Man, I've read books about the YouTube algorithms. I have watched videos. I've taken classes specifically about the YouTube algorithms, and I still haven't figured them out. So now I just hop on here. The only thing that I can say that I have done that I have seen boost my channel views in a significant way is that I started making thumbnails and hashtags. The thumbnails and the hashtags have made a difference. Because I remember when I started making the thumbnails, I was less than 100 views every video. Now I would say that my videos are anywhere from, probably after I post them, when my live is done, anywhere from maybe 200 to 1,000 each video. 200 minimum. Sari's timing is phenomenal. Sari knew to be the first one to comfort her and talk up the relationship with Corey. The legendary Cass. Hey, just jumped on and the math seems to be mathing. She keeps comparing them to Rachel and her husband. She plays into America's superfan side so well. And America, I low-key feel, is kind of a super fan of Sari. I know there's only 13 people on here. It's a midday random time, but I still have to check and see if the likes are matching the views. So because there's 13 of y'all in here, I assume that I should be seeing 13 views, right? Okay, let's check. 16 viewers, 14 views. I mean, 14 likes and 16 viewers. The math was mathing a second ago, but I need 2 more likes for whoever 2 people just hopped in here. Because as of now,
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
the funniest part of that clip to me is not even her saying the math is not mathing. That was so animated, between the facial expressions, the hand gestures. This is a classic. That storage room conversation is an all-time classic. Felicia has been doing the same thing as well. She didn't have as big of a hole to climb out of as Sari, I don't think, but She has been using her finesse mama game for sure. I like the green text on the thumbnail. Thank you. I was kind of picking between the green and the yellow, and I found that the green just stands out a little bit better. So that's why I stuck with the green. Izzy said the same thing about Jag looking old. And also, Felicia said to Jag that she thinks that he's a 30-year-old school teacher or something. I know she did, and she wasn't wrong. It's the beard. All right, Ma has to go. See you later, Ma. All right, so Mark has to go as well. But I want to thank everybody for jumping on. Thank you for your support. Reminder again, another reminder. I'm going to be coming back here after the episode. The episode today is 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. on the East Coast. So half an hour after that, at 10 p.m. Eastern time, I will hop on here and recap the episode and also anything that's happening on the lives between now and then. So we're going to see if America ends up having those conversations that she currently doesn't want to have with Jag and Matt. And we'll see what she says in her conversations with Bowie. I think there's kind of less that we're going to get out of her conversations with Sari and Felicia because she has spoken to them already. But really, the interesting part will be to see what her conversations are like with Jag and Matt and Bowie, because she's eventually going to have to talk to Jag and Matt, no matter how upset she is at this present moment. Felicia pointed out Matt hasn't been on the block, and I laughed so hard. Matt is just low-key. I think Matt is in a better position than Jag, because I think that out of Matt and Jag, I think the ladies would sooner target Jag over Matt. I really do. But even if Matt stays, and as good as he's played the game, I think he's been relatively good with managing his relationships. He's still outnumbered. Green and pink is my faves in that order. Bye, everyone. Bye, Cass, and bye, Charm Life. They'll always target Jag first. All right, so I'm going to talk to y'all soon.
So you literally were one of my very first followers. And then when you followed me and I, followed back, I was like, this dude is cool. Like,
if they say talk to your manager, you just say, you know what, talk to the hand. You don't need to be on my podcast. But yeah, dude. Yeah, you do a great job.
Thank you. I always get a kick out of talking with you on Patreon. You have a really good, view on everything.
That wasn't planned.
You know what?
Thank
But
you.
I like this Canadian.
Well,
I like this one.
well, thank you.